Some animals like this one are even bred to look specifically like that, so it's an albino just like you find in any other species of animal. Different animal, but we can allow it to bite the same vessel because it is still the same species. So this is an African spitting species. This is a red spitting cobra.
Yep. They're smart.
Because if you're talking, you want the backs of people that are little to be custody. All friends.
So you might think the bright red coloration is, aposematic, meaning color to indicate that it's toxic to other animals, but it's actually not. It's a camouflage. So where these guys are from, the substrate that they're on, the sand and the dirt, is actually that color of red. And so they blend in very well with the habitat. But these guys have evolved a method of not only biting, but they can shoot their venom up to 50 feet with extreme accuracy. These guys are aiming for the eyes of elephants and other predatory animals.
Oh my gosh, look at his little arms.
Get it.
Oh. You can work for it, Mom.
Oh my God, look at its tail.
Give it a friend. I'm good. I can see it right away.
You guys want to pet it? Now would be the
It's
time.
the only marsupial we have in North America. We have two species of these guys. We have this one, and we have southern common opossums, which are kind of darker brown, black in color. Like I said, these guys are marsupial, so even though he's a boy, he doesn't have the pouch. The females, they do have a little pouch they'll carry nursing babies in. Up until they're a certain size, once they're a certain size and they're not really nursing so much, that's when you'll see them riding shotgun on mom's back, or running around alleyways and things like that. So these guys are
Thank you. Do you like my hand? Not as much? You guys should do this. It's funny. Get in there.
Galapagos. And they don't live as long as most tortoises. Galapagos tortoises can live for hundreds of years. Other species, hundreds of years. These guys usually only live about 85.
How old is he right now?
16. So he was a rescue from a very bad situation. He's been with us over 3 years now. And if you guys want to take turns feeding. Look at that. So adorable.
That is not.
You're from Oregon? Look at his ears. Look at his ears. Hello. Do you like me? I like you. We'd be such good friends.
They just shoved a banana in my face and we'll be best.
So it's for your zoo.
I thought I was doing like the bone one where he has to like twist it. But he's not a paw person. He's not a paw man.
Did you get him? I think you missed
There's
one.
one.
No, you missed somebody. That one. Oh, you just covered it up again. That's a good try. There you go. Other questions?
She's not pleased. She's just staring right at me. Yeah, she's gonna like peck your eyes out. Hi, sweet chicken. The chicken. Very cute.
I'm gonna get really upset about it. She's something funny.
I laughed so hard, I'm sorry.
Yeah, those two are the calm ones. Zoe's a little more. She chased a pop.
How'd you know she was gonna do it?
Because she picks her leg up like that,
Oh.
and she sniffs the ground, which typically she wouldn't do that. So she's finding the right spot, and then she's gonna lay down and roll over a couple times. Is that not good right there? Come on, let's find the right spot. Maybe she doesn't want to. I think she wants to.
The shoe. Do they like drop the shoes into
She'll roll around a couple times, and then she'll itch like a dog, or she'll shake like a dog.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Isn't that funny? Have you guys ever seen it before? When you're going, you just kind of start walking. Like, I'm not putting any pressure on the road. It's just off your body language. So that's why they say, for you guys probably seen on movies or Harlan or whatever, horses are so good because they're a direct reflection of you. Like, if you're nervous and anxious, they will be too. Or they'll feel it and they'll feed off of you. If you're relaxed and calm, they will be too. So they're really good learning tool to kind of check yourself and check your emotions and leave it at the door. Otherwise, your horse is going to be high anxiety if you are. And I've seen it happen a million times.
Can Rick go right here? Is that okay?
Yeah, he likes to play up there. Yeah.
The geese that is sitting in their food trough. Yeah.
Oh, he's so relaxed.
So
God, just enjoy the nice cool water on a nice sunny hot day.
I just look over and I see the little babies that are walking around. I'm like,
I remember because I saw the holes in your pants and I was like, Jesus. At least you're fine. You didn't take that bad of a hit, if you ask me.
It was my knee.
Yeah, it's really your ankle. You'll be fine.
Oh my god,
You're doing. I remember because I saw the holes in your pants and I was like, Jesus. At least you're fine. You didn't take that bad of a hit, if you ask me.
It was my knee.
Yeah, it's really your ankle. You'll be fine.
But like, look, those are deep. They're not the
The
right
fact that they
color.
learned to swim early like this, wow.
They're buoyant from the second they're born.
They're so cute. And then once they become fully adult,
Oh, he's pursuing something. He's got to on the trail. Oh, it's on. Well, just let me he does.
In the experiment with Pavel, he rings the bell, dog starts salivating. Rings the bell, dog starts salivating. And it was kind of made that way through pairing with different stimuli. So the dog naturally starts drooling when there's food. So just prior to giving the dog food, they would ring a bell, or in our instance, it's going to be a clicker. They would hit the clicker, and then the dog associates that with some kind of reward. In the original experiment, it was food, so the dog would start salivating. So that's kind of a little gist on classical conditioning. Operant conditioning is slightly different, but it accomplishes a lot of the same goals. Familiar piece of equipment, we're going to be doing something that they know about, right? So we'll kind of just jump into it since I messed that up a little bit and he's ready to go. We're going to do a narcotic detection kind of demo for you guys. There's 3 different boxes that we're going to go to. One of them has an odor, so you guys know right off the top it's going to be the one closest to you guys, so you can see the behavior that he gives. So when we train them, we want to know when they find that substance that we're talking about, one of those 5 assigned drug odors. So we have to get some kind of behavior out of them. It changes by the dog, but it's the only thing that really matters is for the handler to be able to identify the behavior that the dog's giving. That indicates that there is some kind of trained odor wherever he is. So it changes by dog. Canine cams, it depends on the level or the height of the find. If it's low, he might lay down for it, he might sit for it, and if it's high, he sometimes stands and freezes and looks at it, but you'll be able to see a pretty clear difference. So you'll see on that one, he didn't show much interest. Similar to this, when he's smelling, he's not really finding anything that he knows yet. And we're gonna wait him out until he gives us that final response that we're looking for. Right now it changes a little bit with him being on slippery floors and being able to move it. He's trying to cheat, he's not sitting down all the way. I know, Swift. And we don't pay him or reward him until he actually gets to that final step. Dogs are extremely... The main reason that we keep the commands is because it makes sense. He already learned German commands. There's not much of a reason for us to change them whatsoever. It's more natural for the dog. For obedience, we use a different type of toy. It's a tug. So yes, something that he bites on, kind of lets him get some energy out. It develops his bite. It kind of works on his jaw muscles too. So it's helpful all around. He's a pretty strong dog. He's about 83 pounds. So anyways, with the obedience, I keep it under my armpit. As you'll see, it keeps his head in a good position to where he's looking at me. And then every once in a while, we break from the obedience to reward him too. So he'll get the toy, we get to play around a little bit, and then he'll get back into obedience. And that teaches a few different things too. It teaches obedience under different kinds of pressure, and it teaches them how to change from one activity to another relatively. In English, it's seats. You throw a Z on the end of there. Aus. Seats. So he's real excited. He wants the toy. He's anticipating. So seats is his sit-down command. He has Platz, which is his lay-down command. He has a heel command, which is where he'll get his right shoulder up to the pretty much where my left knee is. Cam, Foos. That's his heel command if I want him to come back to me. He has a break command too. Whatever we're doing doesn't matter the exercise. Yes to him just means that he can break whatever he's doing and he knows it's time to play. Yes. So he usually gets his toy, comes back to be paid. He has a bark command, and he has a few different ones depending on what kind of activity we're doing too. So for the narcotic detection, the one we gave him was find Rauschgift, find drugs. He has some different bite commands depending on what situation we're in. He has a tracking command. And then he gets his toys and his rewards. That's it. Boy. We'll wait for him to get into his position, and then we'll give him his toy again. And then we'll keep him away from this so we don't keep having this interruption. Right, Oscar. I know. It's right there. Fine, Oscar, buddy. Come shut. He is full of it today, yeah. So, as you can see already, he is kind of in the position. He knows what we're doing based on what we have with us, the leash that we're using, the toy that he's using. So he's starting to get used to it even without being given a command. But we'll go over some of those commands, the boost command, seat splats. We'll do a down and route command as well. Something that's helpful with the down and route is that it stops him from doing something that he was intending to do before. So to put that into action, say he was sent to go bite somebody. For whatever reason that person surrendered, we no longer want to bite that person. We have to have enough control over the dog to be able to stop them or have them come back to us. So we'll practice some of those. And poos. Good. Poos. And his goal is to stay as close to me as possible. Poos. Poos. Lock. Lock. So we'll do the down and route. I'm going to throw it. He might jump up a little bit. Lots. He might jump up a little bit. We'll tell him to go get it, and then we'll stop him or have him come back to me while he's on the way over there. And lots. And we do different kind of lengths of time before we release him too. We don't want him to get into his head that as soon as he lays down, he can break it and go get it. So you'll see different time periods in between when we break him. Yes. Stand still. Lots. And boost. Yes. So his yes command there again, it broke the exercise, now he's done. You should bring it back and try to play a little bit. Yes. Oh, let's see it. So you can bark on command too. That's about all I have for you right now that I can